What's your thoughts on the streak coming to an end last night?
Well, obviously, it was a tough one. We always know when we go up there it's going to be a tough game. We learned a lot, as we do in every game, but we just couldn't get the big hit at the end. We were set up to be able to at least tie it and just put the ball in play, and we couldn't do that. And then we had Fogel up, who has been really good all year, and just popped out. So it was tough. There was a lot of good things. Obviously, the pitching was really good again. We just made a few key mistakes, and we didn't run the bases like we were capable of.
What do you like, though, about the way this offense is battling in the ninth and in the extra innings?
I like that. I mean, obviously, as a head coach, you love the way they fight. They get the closer in the game. Those are super important things when you're down 3-4 runs late in the game. What I would like, though, is it to happen earlier in the game, too. I think those are things that we need to work on, and we've talked about that as a group. They've even identified that as a hitting. As the players, they've said, we think we start hot, then we get into a little lull, and then we finish hot. So let's try to maintain it. So that's something we have to work on.
Why do you think you guys have struggled so much against lefties this year?
It's interesting. We just were talking about it in my office, and a lot of our hitters, if you look at their statistics, even last year, are reverse guys. Where they should be hitting lefties because they're a right-handed hitter, but they actually hit righties better. So. That's a good question. Obviously the lefties are the numbers that they bring to us when we face them are not out of this world. It's not like, the guy from Louisiana Tech did a really good job, and he had good numbers. I think he's given 5 extra base hits up all year. So that's understandable. But some of the guys we're facing, even the relievers, we need to do a better job of. And that's, obviously starts with us. We need to give them a better game plan.
But a guy like Brendan has the splits both ways. I think he's hitting 350 against lefties,
Right.
but just how much have you been impressed by his breakout this season?
No, it's been fantastic. And we knew that when we recruited him, he's going to be a high level player. Hits lefties, hits righties. The missing link with Brendan right now is just the base running part. We need to be better. He should be up in the 15-20 range of stolen bases. This is a really elite runner. So that's a great thing for us as coaches to keep developing him. But yeah, he's been fantastic with a bat.
What does it say about him that he's been able to adapt to whatever role you've given him? He started off as a leadoff guy, and then in the middle of the lineup, he was the left fielder. Now he's the center fielder.
Yeah. No, I think we always knew his best position would be center. We just were trying to find the best place for our team. It's kind of like Chase Davis last year. We knew Chase was a center fielder, but Mac was good there and left is so hard here. So he has been adaptable. I think the going to the 4-hole was just purely out of the struggles. He had those little struggles for 3 weeks, and just putting him in the middle of the lineup settled things down and got him back to seeing pitches. He's so good at hitting deep in counts, which helps him.
If Richie is not available, would you consider having Brendan back up at the top?
We'd consider it.
Okay.
I think Richie's going to be okay.
Okay.
I think the big thing now is just getting the swelling out of his eye. There's no broken bones. There's no concussion. So we just need to get the swelling out, which is it does not look very good right now, to be frank with you. It looks ugly, but he says he's okay. The trainers think that he's going to be okay. The doctor saw him today. But it's just a matter, if it's not out of there by Friday, then yeah, we would think about it.
It's a bad hop, ground ball.
Yeah, I was hitting to the other side. Toby hit it, so I guess it just took a weird hop and went straight up.
What does Richie bring to the lineup when he's in there?
Yeah, obviously just the ability to see pitches and to get on base. He's been great. We started off with him in the 9-hole thinking he was a second leadoff guy, and when Brendan struggled a little bit and Mason wasn't, what we wanted at the 1-hole at that point, he just fit right in.
What makes left field so difficult, and what type of defender are you looking for?
Yeah, it's so big here. When we go on the road, it really doesn't matter. Most places we play on the road are really small, but this left field is enormous. From 366 down the line to, 410 in the gap. It's unbelievable. So you have to almost be a center fielder plus to play out there. And really, the impressive thing for us in this ballpark, Easton Breifogel's done a phenomenal, way better job than we thought. He's taken to it really well.
Did it seem like Grand Canyon was really game planning against Mason last night, throwing lefties, a lot of breaking balls?
That's what their guys do. That's what those pitchers do. We have to do a better job. Mason's got to do a better job of identifying strikes. I mean, it comes down. We've talked about it over and over. If you look at his balls put in play, his average is incredible. It's just that there's just too many strikeouts. He's too good of a hitter to be striking out this much and swinging at too many balls.
You're talking about Brendan's base running earlier. Did you feel like he didn't get a good enough jump on that ball?
We're trying to figure. We don't know what happened because he was stealing. He had the steal, and he stole the pitch before when Adonis fouled it off. And then I expected him to go again. It wasn't to go. It was just on a green light. So he may have been tired. He may not have got a good jump. But it was weird where he was because Toby had to hold him. My frustration was where the ball went after when they threw it in. They flew the two guys, and and that's what we've tried to work on with this group is once a coach holds you, it doesn't mean you're done. You take a good turn and you look at where the ball is, and then if you make the decision, you can go. We're okay with it. It's hard to get a runner to go again as a coach.
His decision making as a base runner in general, how would you sort of assess
it's not been good. I mean, and guys get in these ruts. He's a way better base runner. He's a way better base stealer than he's shown this year. I think he's gotten into some panic modes at times, and we're gonna work it out, and that's great. He's only a sophomore. You know, we always look at the scoreboard as the game goes on, and you look at the other teams are all juniors and seniors, and we got a freshman here, sophomores. So we're a very young offense.
What is the biggest jump you feel you guys have made offensively in this run?
Yeah, I think in the run it's just been clutch hitting because we still have a lot of work to do. I think, like you talked about with left-handed pitchers, we've been struggling, but we've gotten a lot of big 2-out RBIs. Adonis Guzman's been fantastic in the middle of our lineup, and just a lot more scrappy. I thought that kind of went backwards last night too. I didn't think we were quite as scrappy. Too many opportunities just to touch the ball and something good would happen where we struck out. And we haven't done that in a while.
So you had Jackson Kent pegged as the #1 starter coming into the season based on his offseason, the jump he made in velocity and so forth. How do you think he has handled that responsibility?
He's been fantastic. I mean, the Friday night starter in any league, it's super important to get innings. Wins and losses, of course, are important. But sometimes it's not up to them. You know, we don't score. The other guy over there is a pretty good starter too, so it's usually a close game going in late. The one thing that's been different this year than the previous years is we're getting 5, 6, maybe even 7 innings out of them. So it gives that bullpen. You saw them all last night be able to pitch on a Tuesday. It was almost like they had to pitch because they hadn't pitched enough on the weekend. So that's a good problem to have.
Adonis said that Jackson's best pitch is his changeup. Would you agree?
Right now, I think he has the ability with his high fastball, and his cutter is extremely good, his curveball. But right now, I think his changeup is really, really good.